Good day, folks. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's doing great today. Well, let's get to it. Do I really need to work a 9 to 5 job? I had to take a drink on that question. Do I really need to continue to work a 9 to 5 job? Well, if I wanted to be completely honest with myself, I would say in the short term the answer is yes. But I would say in the long term the answer is no. And it's not because I have a crap load of money stashed away to where I can just retire and not work and travel the country and do what the hell I want to do. No. It's because I gotta say that the longer I stay here in Alabama, the more familiar that I get with how they do things here in Alabama, or how they do things, I guess you can say, in rural America, the more I'm understanding that, and I'm not trying to give away too many secrets here, but I'll say one thing. I'm beginning to realize more and more that of how much money is out here in rural America. Now, Alabama has always had, and it still has, the reputation of being one of the poorest states in the union, especially when you go into the rural parts of Alabama. But one thing I do gotta admit is, if you have a entrepreneurial mindset and you're willing to do a little bit of work, there is definitely money to be made out here in rural Alabama. There is a lot of money to be made out here. Now, I remember when I made videos about me having issues finding employment around here. There were a couple of people that were in the comments on some of those videos that were talking about how much money is here in Alabama. I kind of knew what they meant, but now I really know what they mean. And another thing which I noticed is everyone whom I've hired so far to do any type of work to my house at all were all smaller. Uh, they were all smaller businesses, or two, they were a one person type of an operation. Everyone who I've hired to do anything to my house, my new house, all these people have one thing in common. And I really had to, I've been spending the last, I would say, 3 or 4 days just thinking about this because I just can't quit thinking about this. It's a thought that keeps coming into my mind. And I think the universe is trying to tell me something. I really do. But every person who I ever had at my new house to do any kind of work to my house were all a bunch of individuals who one day they had the courage to quit their 9 to 5 and start their own business. Or even if they kept their 9 to 5 for a year or two after they started their business, they had the courage to just simply get out here and do what they love to do and make money doing what they love to do. Now, the people that I've hired that you guys saw on my videos that I made of some of the updates of my new house, which, by the way, I will be putting out another update video in another couple of days. But on some of the other videos that I put out about my new house, those men that you saw doing work to my floor and also doing work to my ceiling, putting up those new tiles, that business is a relatively new business. That business has only been around for a few years. Now, the owner of that business was also at that house doing work as well. And basically, he had a job working at a factory, and he got tired of working at the factory. He said that the pay was too low, and he wanted to live a better life. Now he's married, and I believe he's got a couple of kids, and he wanted a better life for himself and his family. So, and also he always had a love for doing handyman type stuff. So one day he told me that he decided to quit his job after he was at the job for 10 years, I believe. He decided to leave his job and start his own business. And I'm pretty sure he had plans in place before he quit his job. I'm pretty sure he had his money and all that good stuff in order before he quit his job. And but he had the courage, even with a family to take care of and to look after. He still had the courage to quit his job and start his own business and work for himself. Now, right now, I've decided to hire somebody to clean my house for me. Why? Because, well, I got other things to do. So I decided to hire somebody to clean my house. Not the house I'm living in right now, but my new house. Now, if I wanted to clean the house myself, I could. But honestly, between my two jobs that I'm working, and then at least every other day or so, I try to do a video for you guys on this channel. I just been real busy, and I just didn't feel like cleaning my other house. So I decided to hire somebody to clean my other house and get it ready for me to move into. Now, the woman who I chose to hire to clean my house, I talked to her for a little bit today before I left the house. Now, she's a single mother, and she's had her cleaning business, she said, for, I want to say, 2 years. Now, she also used to work at a warehouse job. And she decided to quit her warehouse job because I guess she had some stuff going on with one of her kids, and her job at the time was giving her a lot of issues. And she was tired of not having control of her schedule. She was tired of not being able to attend to her children the way that she wanted to and needed to attend to her children. So ultimately, she quit her job at this warehouse, and she decided to start her own cleaning company. And she told me that when she quit her job, she had a little bit of money stashed away, but not a whole lot. But she didn't care. And she's a single mother of two kids. So I'm thinking about all this, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this woman had the courage to quit her job despite the fact that she's got two kids and start her own business. Now, am I going to quit my job and start my own business without having a plan? No. Will I quit my job and start my own business without having enough money to pay several months worth of bills? No. And I don't want to have nobody. It's just me. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm looking at these other people that have family to take care of, but yet they did not make any excuses. The way their life was back when they were working their 9 to 5, they didn't like it. Either A, they didn't like the pay, B, they just didn't like the lifestyle in general. So they took it upon themselves to have some kind of a plan in place and to ultimately quit their 9 to 5 and go into business for themselves. And another thing is, now last week I had a bunch of garbage that I needed to haul to the dump because, like, if you go back and you watch my videos that I made of my new house, if you go back and you watch the very first video that I made of my new house, I showed you guys the garage, and the garage had a whole bunch of debris in it, a bunch of garbage and debris. And plus, I ripped out all the carpet out of my house, and and I put all the carpet in the garage because I wanted everything that I was going to get rid of. I wanted all that to be all in one place. So, anyways, last week I ended up renting a U-Haul truck to load up all the garbage to take to the dump. Now, the place where I went to rent this U-Haul truck was at this couple's house. Now, there is a couple that they have acreage. They have they have like a single wide trailer, and I believe they're sitting on. If I had to take a guess, I would say they were sitting on probably 10 acres. But they had a single wide trailer, and then there was another building that they had, and that building was used specifically to do their business. Now, the wife, she handles the U-Haul business. Because if you know anything about U-Haul, I guess you can pay so much money. I don't know how it goes, but I guess somehow, some way, if you want to be a dealer, I don't know what they even call them. I guess you can rent out U-Haul trucks to people. And this couple, that's what they do. That's one of their businesses. They rent U-Haul trucks to people. Now her husband, he owns a trailer business. He sells trailers. Like, if I wanted to buy a trailer to put in the back of my van, or whenever I get around to buy me a pickup truck, and I wanted to buy a trailer to put on the back of my pickup truck, her husband sells trailers. So when I went to this woman to rent a U-Haul truck from them, obviously I took her little business card just in case I needed to use her again. And then right by her business card was her husband's business card. He sells trailers. He sells trailers. So I took his business card as well. And also, they have another friend that sells box trucks, and sometimes they might sell pickup trucks. So I took their business card. In fact, they had a box truck for sale. It's just that I don't want to buy another vehicle right now because right now I'm trying to get my new house put together. And I don't want to be buying a bunch of stuff while I'm doing that. So anyways, I got to thinking, man, you know what? There is truly all kinds of ways that people can make money out here. Now, for those of you that work a 9 to 5, I'm not encouraging you to quit your 9 to 5 and to go into business for yourself without having some kind of a plan in place. But, like I said, I spent the last 4 days, give or take, just thinking about everything that I've seen the last month or so ever since I bought this other house. All the people that I've hired to do certain work, to do certain things for me at the house. I look at how they all chose to eventually quit their 9 to 5 and go into business and do their own thing, and now they're happier, living better. They have more freedom to do what they want to do and need to do with their time. And then when I went to this place I went to for the U-Haul truck, like I said, the trucks were sitting on these couple's property. Like I said, this couple that I'm talking about, they got 10 acres of land, give or take. They got a single wide trailer. And then there is a number of U-Haul trucks that they got lined up that are available for rent. And I believe, now that I think about it, I believe there were a few trailers that they had that were for sale because her husband sells trailers. So I got to thinking, when the heck am I gonna? Uh, I forgot what they called it, but anyhow, I got to thinking to myself, man, I really, really, really need to quit procrastinating and start making moves. I mean, a couple of years ago, well, almost 3 years ago, when I first got to Alabama, my dream was to be a full-time YouTuber. I'm not giving up on that dream. However, I now realize that it's going to take a lot longer for somebody like myself to realize that dream than what I've anticipated. So, while I would like to be a full-time YouTuber, I'm going to look into other ways to earn an income that does not involve me having to stay working a regular 9 to 5. Now, I do got several ideas, and in a couple of those ideas I am already realizing, which later down the line, when I get a little further with those ideas, I will discuss them. But right now, it's a relatively new phenomenon, so I don't really want to discuss it right now because I'm not trying to mess my bag up potentially. But I just got to thinking, you know what? I really gotta, in 2025, especially after I sell this house, I really gotta get it together and start making my own money enough to where I will not have to work a regular 9 to 5. And obviously, my goal is to not have to work a regular 9 to 5 ever again. That's my goal. That's my goal. And I honestly don't see why I can't achieve that goal because I'm looking at all these other people around me who I've hired to do certain things for me. And so far, they seem to be doing pretty good. They're making their money. They're happy. They're living life. I mean, things may not be perfect, but they're living better working for themselves than they live working a 9 to 5. And I'm happy for them. And my hat goes off to all these individuals. These are all good people. They're hard workers. They done me good. And like I said, I got nothing but respect for all these people that chose to pull the plug and take control over and take that much more control over their life and over their financial destiny as well. And honestly, even though I made several videos a couple of months ago or so talking about how most people are not cut out for entrepreneurship and just need to work a 9 to 5 and anchor down and just deal with it. Even though I made several videos talking like that, I still cannot get out of my mind how it was like to not have to punch a time clock. How it was like to just get up. Like if I got something to do, I get up and I get it done. Like if I need to take my car in to get it serviced, I just take it in and I get it serviced. If I want to go visit people or visit family up in Ohio or Indiana, I just go and I do it. If I want to go travel somewhere and be there for 2 weeks, I just go and I do it. I ain't got to worry about no work schedule. I don't got to worry about getting approval from my employer. I ain't got to worry about. I didn't have to worry about none of that shit. I just did what the fuck I did. And to be honest with you, people, I miss those days. I miss those days. I really do. And you know, and like I told you guys, I work at a medical facility to where I to where we deal with a lot of people that are ill. Some people that are so ill that they're going to pass away in the facility. So when I look at some of these people that, sorry folks, when I look at some of these people that are severely ill, and they're going to most likely pass away in the facility, I can't help but to think, man, I'm thinking, hopefully for the sake of that person, they lived a full life, they done what they wanted to do, they didn't give up their entire life to working for the man, so to speak. Hopefully they at least enjoyed some of their life. And every day when I go to work, it's just a constant reminder of how short life is, how valuable life is. And when it comes to time, time is something that is irreplaceable. I'm only gonna be 45 years old once in my life. We all only get one time to do life. If we don't do life this time around, this is the only chance we get. There is no second and third tries. You wanna say hi to everybody, Kitty? You wanna say hi to everybody? Okay, I thought so. Anyways, every day when I go to work, I just can't help but to think that I just can't help. I mean, I just keep thinking of the time that I didn't have to work for nobody. I just got up and did whatever the hell I wanted to do for the day. Like a couple of years ago, back in 2023, when I chose to leave my when I chose to leave my job and I chose to give full time YouTubing a try. Even though I didn't make a lot of money between being a YouTuber and doing gig work, I mean, at first the money was okay, and then it got to the point where the money wasn't worth it, and I needed to go back to a 9 to 5, at least for the time being. But back when I was not working a 9 to 5, back when I was just doing gig work and YouTubing, even though the money wasn't all that, I just can't get out of my mind the feeling of having freedom. Just get up every day, do whatever. If I'm tired and I don't get up until 9 o'clock in the morning, then so be it. If I'm feeling good, I'm getting up at, let's say, 5 or 6 in the morning. I get mad shit done. Like I said, go travel somewhere. I can be there for 2 weeks straight. Don't gotta worry about no damn work schedule. And I just can't quit thinking about the about I just can't quit thinking about the time when I was able to do that. And every day I find myself waking up and going into work, constantly thinking of how I'm gonna be able to live like that again. Except the next time I'll stay living like that. So I think I said enough here. We're already 23 minutes into the video. I just wanted to come on here and do a video and just kind of share with you guys how I've been feeling, what's been going on, how I've been feeling, all that good stuff. Hopefully, you guys got some value out of it. So, on that note, stay blessed. I'll catch you guys on the next one.